Hi friends, in today's lesson what we're going to do is start thinking about the essential meaning for then and now, or now and then, okay? Essential meaning means, we've said it before, we've done it with the other books as well, what the author was trying to teach us. So it's not necessarily the main idea. The main idea is what the story is mostly about. It's the essential meaning, so maybe it might be a little different. The author might be trying to teach us something, okay? So let's get right into it. What Ms. G is going to do is she's going to show you the video, pause at certain times. At home, you're answering Ms. G's question, and then I ask my class to see if they know, okay? So here we go. Ms. G is going to play our video for now. I want you listening, and then we're going to answer some questions.
It was as if Ben could see into the future. Almost everything he created is still around today. For instance,
So that one, still around today. So let's go into our virtual class. And Ms. G has the same page up here, and I say, how do the words and illustrations show that Benjamin Franklin created modern inventions? Okay, so modern means now. It means not the past, it means everything now. So how can we tell from this picture that we're seeing modern inventions? And what Ms. G could do is show you closer one more time. So you're going to look here, look at the different things you see here. This says post office, this says sanitation department. Look at where they have their groceries. It looks like there's a fireman on this corner here. So we're just really looking at the illustrations, right? Everything that's here. And how do we know from this illustration, from the picture and the words? That's what Ms. G's asking. So at home, I want you answering the question, how can we tell this is now, like this is modern? So I'm asking my friends here. One of my friends says, the words tell us his inventions are still around today. So in the words they said that the inventions are still around today. What else? The picture shows our world today, like it's modern. Right, so all the pictures you're seeing, right, the post office, that kind of thing, it might not look exactly like where you live, but it's very close to it, right? It doesn't look like it's the past. What else, friends? What else in the words or illustrations? I see Benjamin Franklin's inventions in the picture. Do you? Well, looking back, like Miss G just said, he helped with the firehouse and post office and sanitation department, right? So we're seeing different things he invented. All right.
It was as if Ben could see into the future. Almost everything he created is still around today. For instance, now, our newspapers are filled with illustrations. Ben was the first to print a political cartoon in America. The cartoon encouraged the American colonies to join together or die like the disconnected snake.
Okay, so we're looking at this again. And I'm going to ask my class and you guys as well at home. What does this page show us that Benjamin Franklin created? How do you know? So we just went through it, and you can see the illustrations here. What did he create here? You can think about the words we just heard or the picture. I see a newspaper with a cartoon in the pictures. That is true. So we're looking at the illustration to give us a clue. There was this little drawing here. They called it a cartoon. I heard the words say cartoon. Yes, so in the words it said cartoon, and in the pictures you see that drawing. Of course, cartoon back in that day was a little different back in the past than it is now. Cartoons now, we have TVs, we have different things. In the past, we didn't have TVs, right? We learned that already. So we didn't have TVs, we had newspapers. He created a cartoon for a newspaper. Good job. So if you think about the words and look at the picture, you can tell that he created this for newspapers. They didn't have TVs at the time, so that's how they got their cartoons. Now, Miss G's going to fast forward a little bit.
Now, our world relies on electricity. In the 18th century, many people still believed that lightning was an act of anger and punishment from God. Ben was one of the scientists who discovered the true nature of electricity and how to use it. He learned that lightning is electricity when he attached a small metal wire to the top of a kite and gathered electricity from a storm cloud.
So especially in the words, they said something. So Miss G's going to go back to our class again and ask the question. We know Benjamin Franklin was an inventor. What other jobs does this page tell us he did? So we know he was an inventor because he invented things, right? Like he invented that cartoon for the newspaper. He invented bifocals, right? We learned that, and the long arm. But in this page in particular, in the words especially, they said something. Did anyone catch it? He was also a scientist. Good job. That was the first sentence here. Okay, when it said Ben, it says he was a scientist. So if you were listening to the words, you would know that he's not only an inventor, he's a scientist. Scientists do experiments and learn something new that no one else knew before. He did experiments with electricity. Good job. So that was in the words as well. They said that electricity is something he was learning about. But also in the illustration, look, it's very clever actually the way they did it. They made it look like a lightning bolt coming out of the words and hitting the kite. This is how he discovered electricity. We're going to move on, friends. Ooh, I almost gave you a preview to our next question. So our next question is, we're going to move down to a different page, and again, I want you listening to the words, okay? We're going to focus in on the middle. I know we've been talking a lot about the flipper part, but I want you to focus in on this middle part.
Both his hands and feet. Now, ships travel across the Gulf Stream to take advantage of the faster current. Ben measured, charted, and publicized the Gulf Stream during his 8 voyages across the Atlantic Ocean.
So there was a lot of big words there, right? It says measured. So measured means, you probably know that already, just to make sure how big it is, how long it is, how tall it is, how short it is. That's measuring. Charted. So charted basically means like what's happening in this map. He started saying, okay, so if I go 5 feet this way, it's going to look like this. Let me mark that down. Let me start making a picture to go along with it. And publicized. That's another big word. So publicized. Can you echo that with Miss G? Publicized. Yeah. So that means to make public. That means he said, you know what? I shouldn't be the only one who knows about this. Other people should know about it too. So he started exploring. He started measuring how long he was going, and then he started charting it, meaning he was making pictures to show you, if you go to here, this is how it's going to look, right? So he measured, charted, and publicized the Gulf Stream. So that's just the stream that goes into the ocean, right? But people didn't know about it back in the day. They didn't have these types of maps. They didn't have these types of things. So he discovered it during his 8 voyages across the Atlantic Ocean. So voyages is just a nice big word for trips. So basically, he took trips across the ocean and he showed everyone how to do it. That was basically it. So now going back to my questions, right? It might be a little repetitive. That means we might be saying the same thing over again. But Miss G wants to ask you, The text says Benjamin Franklin charted the Gulf Stream during 8 voyages across the Atlantic Ocean. What might voyages mean? What from the book makes you think that? So Miss G just explained it, but I want you guys to repeat in your own words what it is. What's a voyage? Miss G went through it real fast. So I have some friends here who say, I think it means trips because he was going on a trip across the ocean. So even if Miss G didn't explain to you what voyages was, you could understand it from the story. So sometimes, even though we don't understand words in the paragraph or sentence, looking at the pictures and listening to the other words helps you figure out what that word means. I think it means he traveled because I heard it in the words. So you see the picture of a boat moving and you hear it in the words that he was traveling. So voyages means to travel. Maybe it has to do with a boat because I see a boat and water in the picture. Now, friends, what I really like about these answers is that they didn't just say, it means to move, it means travel. They're telling me they know what it means because they're telling me I heard it in the words. I saw it in the pictures. I think because. So whenever you are talking to someone, friends, or writing down your answers, you need to put why you think that. You can't just say, I think it's this. Why? You have to tell me why you think that so I can know, oh, that makes sense. You know what? You're probably right. So always make sure when you're answering questions, friends, to put why you think it. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next part. And it's all the way here at the end, friends.
The modern world. Will his contributions help to form the future?
Oh, let's listen to the last
The Treaty of Peace with England and the Declaration of Independence.
So this is the part I want you to listen to.
It's remarkable that one man could achieve so much in a lifetime. He has certainly helped to form the modern world. Will his contributions help to form the future?
So we're kind of looking at both, okay? And I want you to listen to, it said modern again, right? Modern world. So my question to you is, the author says it's remarkable or amazing that Benjamin Franklin could do so much during his life. He also says that Franklin helped to form the modern world, okay? So Miss G is going to write on the board, which is the point of our lesson today. What is the essential meaning of now and then? What important messages do we learn from this text? So there was a reason why Miss G went through certain parts of this story, right? I want you to think back to the questions Miss G asked. And what do you think the author was trying to teach us? At home, I want you trying your best to answer out loud, friends, which one you think it is. Maybe if your parents are around, they can help you out and you can tell them what you think it is. I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. Now we'll go through our students in the classroom just for you to get an idea. Notice how all their answers are usually correct because they were paying attention to the story, one, and two, there isn't always one right answer, okay? You can have different answers and it can still be correct. So I have one friend here, she says, Benjamin Franklin made a lot of things that help us. That's a good essential meaning. That's probably why the author wanted to write this book, right? To show people Benjamin Franklin made so many things to help us out. Anyone else? Benjamin Franklin was an amazing inventor. That's good too. Why is that good too? Because it shows us all the different things he invented. Benjamin Franklin's inventions help people in the past and still help us today. Now, I really like that answer because it's not just about Benjamin Franklin. I mean, it is. But you notice how it said Ben and now? It wasn't just Benjamin Franklin invented bifocals. And that's it, right? It is about Benjamin Franklin. It is that he invented bifocals. But it's not just Ben, it's Ben and now, right? So that means it's telling us that everything he did in the past does help us out today. So all these answers are correct. I just like that he added the past and today to that answer as well. Good job. So if you had that at home, awesome. If you had anything like this, great too. So all of this is correct, right? And to me, the essential meaning of now and Ben is that his Benjamin Franklin's inventions help us out today. Okay? Now, we're going to look at this page here. This is the page right after our title page. And I want you noticing something. Is there something that you notice maybe on the floor? Well, I hope you notice that there's all these different words on the floor, right? You probably can't read them, or if you can, that's awesome too. And I wonder why they have these words, right? We have a writer, musician, cartoonist, and I wonder why you think those words are there. Can someone at home answer that? Why are those words there? So let's see. Miss G's going to focus on one word. Bam! Inventor. So the word inventor, why is that there? Maybe because he was an inventor, right? Benjamin Franklin was an inventor. He invented the bifocals. Let's try that again. Who remembers in the story the cartoonist? What does that mean, cartoonist? Ding, ding, ding. He was a cartoonist also. A cartoonist is someone who creates cartoons, and we just went over that in our lesson, that he made cartoons for the newspaper. Let's see what else we can find. We're going to call this a scavenger hunt. Benjamin Franklin's scavenger hunt. Ding, ding, ding. Ooh, we got scientist now. So how was he a scientist? Now, I'm going to let you answer that at home because we just went over that in this lesson. Okay. Bam! He was a scientist. Ben was one of the scientists who discovered the true nature of electricity and how to use it. So he was a cartoonist. He was a scientist. What else was he, friends? An inventor. Let's see what else it says. Miss G's not going to go through every single word. I just want you having an idea of all the different things Benjamin Franklin did. Ooh, we have traveler. Again, we went over that in this lesson. Who can remember what that means? A traveler is someone who travels and usually likes to share their travels. Bam, traveler. It said Ben measured, charted, and publicized the Gulf Stream, right? And his 8 voyages across the ocean. Voyages means trips. It means to travel. So now we know he was a traveler as well. Do we have any last ones? Ooh, we got musician. Musician we talked about like in our first lesson last week. So who can remember what the musician was? Ding, ding, ding. I hope you answered at home. It was musician for the harmonica. Now for a musical interlude. Ben invented the glass harmonica. He was able to create music by simply touching his wet fingers to a row of spinning glass bowls. Mozart and Beethoven were so moved by the sounds that they composed for the instrument. So Mozart and Beethoven are very famous musical artists, okay? They performed classical music. So they would use violins and pianos and that kind of thing. They heard Benjamin Franklin's instrument and they were like, wow, we have to make something for this. We got to make a song for this, guys. This sounds amazing. So Mozart and Beethoven both made songs for the harmonica. Today, glass harmonicas are very rare. You are more likely to find one in a museum than in a music store. So again, even though this is a instrument, um, it's more of an invention than an instrument, and it doesn't get played that much. Alrighty, in tomorrow's lesson, we will be writing for our focusing question task, right? So every time we have a focusing question task, that's the paper. That's what you need to focus on, and that's the question we are answering, right? So the question we're answering this time is, how did Benjamin Franklin's inventions make life in America easier? So to put it really simply, how did Ben Frank's inventions make our life easier? That's it. How do we make our life easier? Well, we came up with different ways how it makes our life easier, right? In our last lesson, we mentioned exactly in all the charts how it made our life easier. Just like with bifocals, I had the picture of the then and now and long ago, and then I had the picture of the bifocal showing near and far. That's how it helped us, right? And it still helps us today. So the main topic of Benjamin Franklin's Then and Now, it says, Benjamin Franklin's inventions help people today. Bam. That's our main topic. Now, what I want you guys to try is to figure out a topic sentence using the main topic. So how can we start out our topic sandwich using the main topic to help us out? Now, maybe this can't happen every single time, but for the most part, you can use the main topic to come up with a topic sentence, okay? So it's going to have maybe almost all the same words, if not similar. This main topic is a great topic sentence too. Ms. G just wants you to practice using it in a different way. So we can think about going into the topic sentence. Benjamin Franklin inventions are still used today. Almost the same words, just a little different. Benjamin Franklin's inventions help people today. Benjamin Franklin inventions are still used today. Both, honestly, friends, can be used as a topic sentence. I would accept both. I would think both are great, but I kind of want you practicing how to make this into a topic sentence. Now, bam, we got our topic sentence for our paper. Let's get into the conclusion. What would the conclusion be? Remember, you're using basically the same words. That's that last part of the button. Conclusion is, Benjamin Franklin's inventions still help us today. So notice it's almost the same sentence, and it uses also some of the things from the main topic. So when you're coming up with a topic sentence and conclusion, friends, don't feel scared. Don't feel like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Think about the main topic, and you have your topic sentence and conclusion. This time, if she didn't make you do it on your own, next time maybe I'll say, you know what? Topic, sentence, and conclusion you guys come up with. Because I just showed you how easy it can be. Of course, if you need help, you always let Ms. G know. But this is how easy it can be, and I think you guys are ready to do it. So last but not least, here's my topic sandwich. And I'm going to show you what Ms. G is going to be writing about, and then we'll think about tomorrow what it looks like. So topic sentence, Benjamin Franklin invented things we still use today. Conclusion, Benjamin Franklin's inventions still help us today. So we got our buns ready to go. Everyone can write this. Everyone's ready to go. You know, only the information in the middle is what changes for everybody. So Miss G went with, long ago, Benjamin Franklin invented bifocals. Now, bifocals help us near and far. Help us see near and far. So again, friends, when we go through this and Ms. G gets your papers, I need to see those 4 sentences, okay? Not just one, not just 2. I want you to even put maybe the number next to it so you know you can have all 4 sentences. It should be super quick and easy only because 1 and 4, those 2 sentences I gave you already. So all you have to come up with is 2 and 3. So you're kind of coming up with only 2 sentences. These you're just writing down. Okay, friends, so I was going to do shout outs, but the time kind of ran out, and I know this is already a long video. So next time we'll go into shout outs. Love you guys, miss you guys, and I want you to have a great day.